welcome to the Fight for the Fallen Beat 'em Up Wrestling review. So today we finally got the Brian Cage versus Jon Moxley that was built up for weeks and weeks and weeks.
My eyes are weak.
Since when it was from what was the Vegas
2 weeks
one?
before
Double or Nothing was when it all started. So this starts off with a TNT Untitled Championship match between Sonny Kiss and Cody Rhodes. Cody actually leaves the spotlight for Sonny. Sonny had a great entrance. He came out with the Jacksonville Jaguars cheerleaders.
Doing his thing.
Yeah.
I loved it.
This was a good change from Cody always having the spotlight. He always has the big entrances. He always made you okay.
Hard contacts are the worst. I'm refusing not to do this. Okay. Lemon face. Lion face.
The match, I think, was really good for Sonny. It highlighted a lot of...
Sonny looked good. Yeah. Sonny took a lot of bumps. Cody showcased some of his movesets, skill sets, I should say. Yeah. What we had noted afterwards was that there was no outside interference that Cody had.
Yeah, this is like the first match in a long time.
And it was good. It was refreshing. It was interesting because there was a very interesting horseman watching.
Yeah. Tully was watching from the outside. Arn Anderson was not too happy with Cody doing some heelish moves.
Yeah.
People have been talking about potentially Shawn Spears, FTR, and Cody, or even throwing in Hangman's name in there as a new stable.
Horse.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it's setting up. We saw a lot of heelish things that Cody did.
Yeah.
He was not happy with a lot of the things. I think it was a good storyline where he was overconfident and cocky and was not expecting Sonny to actually give him a match.
Doing the push-ups, pulling his hair.
Yeah, he started
looking a little crazy when he does the hearing thing and he just stares at the camera. I'm like,
He started off like overconfident, and then when Sonny gave him a longer match than he expected, he started getting
Yeah.
frustrated.
He started getting frustrated. He started getting not like winded, but he was definitely getting aggravated at the situation. I thought his character was going to go a little more after the 3 count, but we see somebody else do that actually after he gets the pin. It was really interesting to see the dynamic of the entire elite. At this point, there was a lot of story progression in different areas. As I was telling a lot of people that follow me on Twitter, I've been right about pretty much the storylines for the last couple of weeks. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but it's cool because I'm just like, you know what? Because I'm trying to think the way they used to do like New Japan. Like, what's the long-term progression of a story? Why is this a certain payoff for this? And so far, when I saw everybody's losses today, except for the main one, I kind of didn't feel agreed with that much. But it wasn't a loss that hurt the people involved. And it was a progression of the storyline. So that's what I liked about it. But yeah, Sonny Kiss looked great. I liked Cody got him up at the end. Arn didn't look too happy with that because he gave Sonny a really good hug, whispered some stuff in his ear, pulled up his arm. Sonny did that to Cody.
Yeah, some of the heelish stuff that was involved was a turnbuckle was removed.
Yeah. He took off his belt.
Yep. Yeah, there was some stuff there that...
questionable.
He slammed them outside of the ring into the ramp. So that was some of the stuff that Arn was getting pissed off about. But so that match ends with Cody doing a crossroads that
it was hyperextended back on Sonny. That looked good.
Half and cut him into half. And then,
inside out, definitely.
Pinned them out.
We get into the next match, and it's FTR versus the Lucha Bros. This is a continuation of the storyline between FTR, the Bucks, Lucha Bros, and the Butcher and the Blade. It was kind of a little bit misstepped for a while.
Yeah, in
the beginning, some people in the beginning looks like it was Lucha Bros. At the end, looked like it was FTR. So a lot of people were catching a couple of different things. But it still showcased a storyline because I knew FTR was going to win. I thought it was going to be interference by something was going to happen, that there was going to be a loss to Lucha Bros, but it wasn't going to be cleanly. But the unclean part was that they took off Phoenix's mask. So
it
normally
it was an unclean win that protected the Lucha Brothers.
Yeah, and it didn't make them look weak. It probably pisses them off even more.
Yeah. So this whole thing with the Lucha Brothers and FTR is not going to end because that's one thing you don't do. It's very disrespectful to a luchador for you to take his mask off. So they used that to win, and it kind of just shows that FTR is not really a babyface. Like they were trying to pretend.
Yeah, and then the Bucks come out with Kenny, and Kenny has some good faith. He brings out some beer, and you think Kenny's gonna drink one, and you think he's gonna do it. At first, I thought he was gonna bring out like a chug of milk, but
because Kenny says, "It's just one. What the hell? I'll do it."
Yeah, and they open it up, and instead of drinking it, they pour it on Kenny. Kenny is about to lose his shit, and then the Bucks pull him to the side. You're like, no. But it goes together and plays a dynamic. It's like, okay, well, right now everybody's thinking Kenny is gonna become something else. He thinks the cleaner. But it also shows the dynamic of that we thought FTR was playing by the book and being clean, but they're not. And then Kenny being stopped by his best friends, like, well, whose friends are you? So it kind of shows you a divide. Like, if the Bucks go heel, they're not going to be any type of heel the way Kenny is. It's a different level of heelness to both characters. But it was interesting to see that happen. I thought Kenny was going to lose. We'll get into that. But yeah, it was definitely, there was a couple of good spots in the match though, but it's going to be continuous. Like you said, it's not over.
Yeah.
It's not over between the Lucha Bros and FTR. We get into Jericho, that man. He comes out and he is basically starts off and tries to give credit. He puts people over. He does, to a degree. And he puts over OC, saying he was a good, a good wrestler. It was a good match. People want him, blah, blah, blah.
He won the demo war, the demographics. Yeah, he says that AEW has won the demographics between 18 and 49, and that's what really matters. And as of this point, Jericho has never lost a demographics war. He is the demo god.
Yeah. And so, that came. That's the thing. He's talking crap, blah, blah, blah. Orange Cassidy comes out.
I love this, though. I really like that whole demo god thing. I think it's going to be great going forward in the Wednesday Night Wars.
He just creates crap. And it's there. Like, the crap is there to be created and molded into something that he could capitalize. And for some reason, Jericho's always the first one to see it. But that just goes to his creative genius. What is Chris Jericho. So then we get into where he's back and forth. OC comes out. And gallons upon gallons, looking like Carrie from a horror movie.
He has the inner circle inside.
Yeah, he has the inner circle. I'm sorry. It's Jake Hager, Ortiz, and Santana. And Carrie style orange liquid juice, whatever, falls on them. Ortiz, he has to be the guy to move, and he looks like a fish out of water. He's floundering everywhere. Santana's yelling at him to get up. Jake Hager just standing there.
To keep with continuity, Ortiz has claimed many times that he can't swim. So now he's drowning in a small puddle of orange juice. Flapping
everywhere, making everybody more upset. Jericho's talking about a $7,000 suit. It's just a huge thing back and forth. It's insane. It's funny. And from here he goes to commentary. So now he's wet. And so we get heel Jericho that's already at a different level. Because remember, I always say he's off his level. But no, it was a great spot. The replay value is gold.
Yeah, there's going to be GIFs made out of this.
Yeah,
it was already one with Orange Cassidy when he does a thumbs down. So this is great.
And just, you got to catch Ortiz's first slip, though. Like, the first slip he does, you just like, oh, it's over. And the dude's just everywhere. He just, Santana, get up! It's funny. So he's just trying to swim in a small puddle of water. I'm sorry. Oh, my eyes. Okay. Then we get into the Elite, Young Bucks and Kenny Omega versus Jurassic Express. At this point, I have taken to my Twitter, and I'm just like, go cleaner, walk out on the Bucks. I have my Omega shirt. I'm just like, do it. And other people are like, no, Kenny, don't do it. He comes out in his new nerd gear shirt with the Capcom Street Fighter and the Elite, it looked cool, but he looks so disgruntled. His hair is still wet. He's just angry. He doesn't want to really beat her. He kind of looks like, and then he's like, I'm doing it, whatever. They get into the match. There's a lot of great spots. Jungle Boy, once again, is amazing in the match. Clean, fast, precise. Definitely a standout. And then you start seeing the turn. You start seeing the turn from Kenny. He just
doing a lot more New Japan Pro Wrestling stuff. The Terminator clap.
V triggers to everybody. And I'm just gonna cut to real quick. He destroys Marco Stunt, pins the hell out of him, and then continues to destroy him. And then, as I'm posting like the cleaner pic of him at New Japan, where he's at the turnbuckle sitting in the corner, guess who sits in the corner and looks crazy? Kenny Omega.
Yeah, and then he after the bell ring, he beats the crap out of Marco even more. The Elite come in to push him away, the Young Bucks. And Kenny says, it's just a match. It doesn't matter. And then they're like, no, but the match is over. And he starts laughing.
Got that grin.
Yeah. So, yeah, it looks like Kenny is going heel. Cody's going heel. But we also cut to the back where FTR joins Hangman. After what they did to Kenny, they join him and drink some liquor back there.
Yeah.
Some whiskey. Or whiskey.
Whiskey.
And so I can't wait for Kenny to actually confront Hangman for doing that.
Yeah, there's a lot of, first my boys stop me from fighting, they don't stick up for me, and now you're here with drinking with the enemy. There's a lot of clear-cut corners that are being taken. It'd be really funny to see heels turn to faces and the faces turn to heels. So like it's a dynamic that's shifting, and it's pretty cool to see that. We're hitting the 1 year mark of Dynamite coming up soon.
Yeah. So when Sammy comes back, he's gonna have to be a face.
Yeah. So, but it makes sense. There's a dynamic that shifts. There's too many heels.
I don't think Jericho will want to be a face.
No, but he always could straddle that line though.
Yeah. I think his best stuff is when he's heel. So I don't think he'll switch up.
I don't know. He's the TikTok things, and it's cute. It's like a nice heel. It's like the Austin heel, where then, you don't hate him.
Maybe it could be the end of the Inner Circle, but I would love to see Santana and Ortiz team up with Diamante and Ivelisse and do a Latin Latin American connection.
Yes, we'll get into more Latino heat in a couple of minutes. We get the Nightmare Sisters, Brandy and Allie, versus MJ Jenkins, and Kenzie Page. Mm-hmm. This wasn't a good show out for Kenzie because she's done more on Dark.
I know people were excited to see MJ Jenkins in there too, but it was just a squash match.
It was a squash match. There was a little back and forth. It was basically the multiverse of what Matt Hardy says. There was a little back and forth. It wasn't too much. And just basically, very quick. It's to establish the Nightmare Sisters. They have a new theme. It's Allie's and Brandy's.
But where are they going to go with this?
I have no idea.
You don't have a tag team championship for women's. You don't have.
We'll find out.
You don't have a tag team division for women either.
We'll find out. I don't know. I don't know where it's going.
I mean, their women's division is needing more attention, so I don't see how them spreading themselves even thinner is going to work. But we'll see.
We'll see. I mean, like you said, Diamante.
And Ivelisse
were outside, and they're together. So maybe they are looking at doing a tag team or something like that, or even I don't know. Maybe they're gonna bring up talent. We don't know what we're hopefully. I'm hoping. Yeah. And then we'll get into Sheeta's part. But the Nightmare Sisters. Their gear was great. They look good. Allie can wrestle, so I'm actually happy Allie's back in the ring. But yeah, we do need more female wrestlers.
So at this point, we could talk about the Sheeta thing actually.
Yeah.
So Sheeta comes on, and so Tony Schiavone's not there because he's waiting on a test. His test was delayed. But Sheeta talks and says that she wants to challenge her belt for anybody outside of AEW too.
Like Cody.
Yeah, that has the passion and believes that they could take her on. This is great because, as we know, COVID has half of the AEW women's talent overseas, and this could be a good chance for them to actually expand their roster.
Yeah, and we got one shout out to Thunder Rosa, who retweeted that and put her feelers out there. Coming from the other indies, we had Warhorse being mentioned for Cody. Mm-hmm. So it's just an interesting time. But yeah, I'd like to see a Holodead. Just to showcase.
There's a lot of women's talent.
There's so many like women out there,
especially with NWA not filming anytime soon. Yeah. So we'll see where they go from here.
Yeah. So Nyla comes out to talk about her new manager, and she was like, "I'm not gonna say anything because you don't deserve this, blah blah blah." And she basically was like, "I'm just gonna let her speak for herself." And with a remix version by no other than Dio, Mikey Ruckus out there, it's Vickie Guerrero. So I was really complaining, if you guys know, like on my Twitter and stuff like that, I really want to see more Latin representation in AEW. This is a big one. I know she could be a catalyst to bring more Latinos, and Latinas in there. And I just was grateful to see her. Yeah, I don't know. It's just she's one hell of a good manager. So like, it's
Yeah.
gonna be interesting. It's gonna be good for Nyla.
Yeah, this is good for Nyla because one of the
Her
things that,
faces though. Oh.
Nyla is good in ring. If you've seen some of her independent stuff, she's done more better stuff outside of AEW. I think they need to start letting her wrestle the way she does wrestle and not just keep her one dimensional as a powerhouse.
Yeah.
But one thing that she was lacking was on her promos, and I think having Vickie be her mouthpiece is going to help her a lot.
Yeah. And it's crazy because she's good at talking. It's just they don't come. It's the oomph. You know what I mean? And Vickie has that in your face, cutthroat.
Oh yeah, like the best things with Nyla is on her Twitter and when she's
commentary. Yeah.
But when it comes to like actually cutting a promo, there, like you said, there's like something. There's just one thing missing.
And the fact, the one line she says, you know what? If we have what it takes to cheat to win.
Yeah, that was.
Awesome. And then when she said that line, it already was like mic drop. I'm with Nyla. Get ready for this. It's gonna be a whole different level of an experience. Like we saw Nyla Rose, and this is going to be a whole different chapter, and it's going to become more fierce, and I'm all here for it.
She said she's not going to challenge for the belt right now.
Yeah.
They're going to wait for the right time.
Yeah. And it could be Sheeta, it could be somebody else by that time. We don't know. But all I know is we're going to get amazing stuff. And if she had her own little, like, heel posse, I wouldn't even be mad about that. You know,
we'll see where they go with that.
Yeah, so I'm happy with that. But I called it. Okay. Anyways, we get into the main bout with Jon Moxley and Brian Cage for the AEW World Championship.
Yep. The match was really good.
Yeah.
I think it showcased some of Cage's ability to not just be a powerhouse, but also be able to flip.
Yeah, he's very quick.
Shout out to Flip Gordon.
Flipping machines.
So yeah, the match was going good. Cage was punishing Moxley, using the guardrail, using chairs, doing everything he can to beat Moxley. And this is just my personal opinion right here. I hated the ending. Taz throws in the towel
because he puts him in the armbar. He had the injury. So they were playing on the fact that he didn't want to have him out again for 6 months. That he was doing the right decision by saving him. But we talked about this on our Before the Fight to Fall, and before we knew this was Fighter Fest, before we knew it was going to be pushed back. I talked about it with the AEW best friends, Todd and Caro. The hint that Darby was mad at Brian Cage already foreshadowed this ending. Mm-hmm. It was just how they were going to do it. Unfortunately, yes, the ending did suck. I agree with him. I didn't like but it was the best choice to not have him tap out or lose.
But my thing is, you could have still gone with Darby Allin facing him. But I'm sorry. I know people love Moxley, and I love Moxley too. I have his shirt and everything.
We were there. We had the energy when he won.
He does not have the same momentum behind him than when there's a crowd. When there's a crowd and his entrance is coming on and everybody's looking to see where he's coming from and the way he just talks to the crowd and he feeds off the energy. Moxley is good with the crowd, and I think that it's okay to have Moxley lose the belt now and then win it back later when we're back to live shows. But it's just the belt has fallen flat. Like, that belt was so prestige when Jericho had it and Jericho was doing all his defenses and all that stuff. Moxley has faced Jake Hager, has faced Brody Lee, and Brian Cage. Am I missing somebody in between there? He had that one dark match.
Robert Anthony?
With Robert Anthony.
Was it for the title?
I don't even know. But that's all he's done.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like, we want to talk about the other promotion who has a champion that doesn't really come out and defend it a lot yet. And
he's defending it. It's when you look back at the matches, you're gonna be like, oh, but Revolution was so good. Yeah, when he won it.
Yeah. And that was his last best match.
And from there,
it's just during
COVID, he wasn't there at the beginning. He was doing promos, via satellite and doing things like that. But we had, I'm gonna say we had singles matches between Kenny and Sammy that were better than some of these main bouts that we had. Even Darby versus Cody was a different level too.
I think the best way to have defended this whole thing would have been if Brian Cage would have just used the chair and started beating the crap out of Moxley.
Or if he would have used the FTW belt, and kind of like screw you AEW, I'm taking the belt.
And just say like, I don't really care about the AEW belt. It's all about the FTW belt.
Yeah, and then wait it out, and Mox gets his rematch. Not now. Wait it out a few months if you want, or even like 2 months from now.
I'm saying Moxley could have won from disqualification.
Disqualifications?
He just beats the crap out of Moxley.
I thought it was going to be like a cheap shot where the ref didn't see he knocks out Mox and takes the belt.
Yeah, that would have been awesome if they wanted to give him the
Mox
belt.
wouldn't have looked...
But if they didn't want to give Brian Cage the belt, better than throwing in a towel. Brian Cage was talking... Taz was talking about Brian Cage like he was an unstoppable machine, and then you throw in a towel when he's in an armbar. Like, it's just... Maybe I'm just being picky here. I don't want to, like, break down like what I don't like. I mean, I get what they're doing. I do like Moxley, like I said. So
no, it's the same thing with like the Becky Lynch thing. Like, it was great when he got the belt and a little bit afterwards, but he's really good in the chase. And I think right now with everything happening, he would have been better in the chase again. And that could have been a workup. That could have been him taunting Brian Cage. It could have been them outside doing a street fight, coming into work, building off some sort of storyline. It just felt very stale. I felt like their promos were like they were always distance apart. They were never ever in the ring. So that heat, it never felt like it came to fruition for me. So I never felt like there was. I felt deflated. I felt like I waited for something and I didn't get the payoff. And like I said, if it was a little different, maybe. I don't know. I just didn't. I don't know.
Yeah, or even what they could have done was have the lights turn off and Darby Allin beat the crap out of Brian Cage, like how he did.
Yeah.
Because that's what happens. After they throw in the towel, the lights go off. Darby Allin is on the ring post with the skateboard and jumps off of Brian Cage. So what they could have done is had Darby Allin interfere, take out Brian Cage, and just have them go at it. And Moxley could also be pissed off at Darby for interfering in his match.
Yep. But that's about it. We'll see what happens.
This is the second time we've had in less than a year where a match has been decided by a throwing of the towel.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what's going to take place for the next coming weeks. We know that All Out is coming up soon. Will they start building it up? Yeah. So like it's usually Labor Day weekend. So we'll see if we get rematches or something different. New people getting signed in. We're here for that. We'll be back for Slammiversary.
Yeah, Slammiversary this Saturday.
We might watch Extreme Rules. We'll see.
The best matches in the card is the Women's Gauntlet for the number one contendership and the Jordan Grace versus Deonna Purrazzo. I think those are the two matches that I'm looking the most forward to. Also kind of interested in who the mystery opponent's going to be. There's a lot of rumors that it might be EC3. We know that Anderson and Gallows did sign with Impact, so they might be making an appearance because there is a tag team division championship match going on.
Yep.
It's going to be really exciting.
And don't forget about GCW and the week to follow.
Yep.
Homecoming. Effie
versus
Spider-Deed. There's a couple of other things that are going on. I can't remember.
Yeah, we'll have the card up.
We'll have the card up for you guys. Stay tuned. We got some interesting stuff that'll be coming up and beat them up. We'll let you guys know. But subscribe, share, let us know what you don't like. Do like. Yep. We're open to opinions. We're not always right. So hey, just like conversation. That's cool. We'll see you guys in a few days. Peace out.